Zach Lilia. You can follow me at ZLiliaTCF.
I'm Boomy. You can follow me at BoomyTCF. Make sure you follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Follow the Loop Sports at the Loop. Find us on Instagram. You already hear on Facebook. We know you can follow or subscribe, I guess is the right word, to our YouTube page, which this video will be uploaded by the end of the day. Also, we are now on Spotify.
The
big news coming out.
Spotify. So, is it follow?
Yes,
I think
it's follow.
I'm more of a Apple podcast guy, so that's what I like.
That was such a cool moment because I was just at work and you had sent out the text, hey guys, we're now. You had sent the screenshot of it, and I was in such a cool moment because I've been listening to we listen to pretty much very similar podcasts with the stuff at Barstool and Pat McAfee and stuff like that. I've been listening to these guys on Spotify for 2 years now, and then to finally see it up on there, like we're there now. So make sure we did a really cool giveaway on the last podcast. Was it 2 podcasts ago now?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep, where we asked people to send in. This was after Cody Parkey missed the field goal. We asked people to send in their biggest heartbreaks in Chicago sports history, and luckily one of our loyal followers was nice enough to send in his. His name got thrown in a hat. We had 8 to 10 entries.
Yeah, I think so.
And shout out Tim McNally winning a free TCF shirt. We also have more TCF merch coming, and we're doing a huge giveaway here pretty soon. We're also going to be doing a prop contest. We're actually going to be working on this weekend. So stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff coming in the works. Zach's finally done with school, so now we got a little bit more time to dedicate to growing the brand.
This is actually our first one since I've been done.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you. We took a because
we were at dinner for your graduation.
We were just a little busy on Saturday morning and afternoon, so we're going to be trying to do this more on Saturdays now, I think, because I think that's when we're going to get the biggest audience. I just seem to have more energy on Saturday. So we are slowly coming to the end of football, which is very, very sad.
Not true. We got the AAF or whatever starting the week after. Okay. So
we're almost done with real football for right now. We got the Pats and Chiefs, and we got the Rams at the Saints. It's going to be a great game. I'm excited because any way it plays out, it's going to be a good Super Bowl. It's whatever you want to shake it.
Even if these games are blowouts.
Yeah,
even if these 2 games today are blowouts, you're still, I think, going to get a good Super Bowl.
I hope they're not.
Right, obviously. But I'm saying if it does come down to it where, let's say the Rams get blown out or the Rams blow out the Saints and the Patriots blow out the Chiefs or vice versa, I still think whatever 2 teams you're going to end up with in the Super Bowl are a hell of a game.
And I've heard this conversation all over sports radio, all over ESPN and stuff like that. What's the matchup you want to see?
Now, this is probably going to segue into – but the matchup I want to see, and I've told you I've been very upfront and honest about this, the Rams are my second favorite team. I grew up in a household with 2 other Rams fans. And so I actually own a Rams hat, and I used to have a Rams jersey. I can't find it anymore. My brother probably stole it. But I want to see the redemption from the 2001 Super Bowl where the Patriots cheated to beat the Rams. Remember, they filmed their practice. So I want to see that redemption. That's just me as a secondary Rams fan. I think the best game you can possibly see, it's going to go back to earlier this year when you saw the Rams and the Chiefs put up 120 something points or something like that. I think that, and that might just be my preference. We talked to your dad about this, and he likes that old slobber knocker football where they're not scoring as much.
Slobber knocker football.
Yeah, it's a good word, isn't it? It's fun to say. But I think for my preferences, I want to see the Rams and the Patriots, and I want to see the Rams give them a good game.
We got Steve coming in here saying Chiefs and Saints.
I think that
could be that'd be a good game too.
Here's the thing: there's no wrong answer.
No, because what I want to see is you hate to say it, but I want to see Tom Brady versus
Drew Brees. Yeah,
awesome.
2 of the best quarterbacks to ever sling a pigskin.
And I feel like if you get a Super Bowl like that, somebody's gonna win. Somebody's gonna retire after the game.
Yeah,
somebody's retiring. Even if it's the Patriots, I feel like it could be Rob Gronkowski or Tom Brady.
Right.
Because I had heard that people were saying that he was last year about maybe hanging him up if they were to have won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Because, the guy's put his body through so much. And, people always say he has never spent $1 money.
Yeah.
He's always used
his endorsement
sponsors,
money,
endorsements and stuff like that. So that's really crazy that I wonder if anyone else can say something like that, because I don't think so.
Right. Think about how much money he's just sitting on then.
That's crazy.
But here's the other thing. He can go if he decides not to retire. I don't think you're going to see Gronk be a Patriot.
No, I think he can go somewhere else.
But I think he can go somewhere else for, let's say, 2-3 years, make another cool $20 million, sit on that for a while, and still continue to do tight ads and monster ads.
Right now, he is one of the best blocking tight ends in the
100%.
league, and he's doing
he doesn't
what
catch
he's
like he used to, but he's still electric.
We have Rob Gronkowski just casually Saturday afternoon with TCF.
The content cave internet's not that great.
Like we said, it's snowy outside, so that's the mess with everything else.
I don't know if the snow's. I think the 50-mile-an-hour wind might have something to do with it. But.
And like we said, I am currently stuck into the driveway, so that's awesome. But like we were talking about the championship round, championship Sunday, Chiefs, Pats. Who you got?
This is easy. Chiefs, Pats. I never, ever in a million years bet against Tom Brady. I've been burned one too many times. I'm going with Tom. Terrific. I don't care what the weather. People are so dumb. People are saying, oh, do you understand the weather's going to be bad in Kansas City? They play in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The weather in Foxborough is crappy as well. Like, what are we – people are making it sound like
that crazy cold either.
Right.
So.
People are making it sound like it's a team from like Guadalajara, Mexico, trying to go to Kansas City and play. Like they're used to playing in bad weather.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Pat Mahomes is a different animal. I counted him out last week. I bet the Colts money line because, first-time quarterbacks in the playoffs had been terrible so far, and I was very wrong. Pat Mahomes is not a rookie quarterback like we've seen in the other guys. I mean, let's not, be soft about it. He's better than Mitch Trubisky. He's better than all the other young quarterbacks in the NFL right now. But there is just a different animal in Tom Brady because Tom Brady knows the game better. That Kansas City defense is not by any stretch of the imagination they're not world beaters. They're not the best.
Defense that is like crazy. The defense is going to take over the game.
I personally think San Diego's defense is better than Kansas City, and look what Tom did to San Diego last week.
Yeah.
I say San Diego. They're the Los Angeles Chargers. I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like Tom Brady in the AFC game, like something weird is going to happen. It's going to be a close game, but something weird's going to happen, and it just always seems to fall in Tom Brady's favor.
Well, I don't agree with you. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to keep his MVP season going. He is going to take down the Pats, and it seems like, like he said, it seems like everyone's going to the weather. It's not going to matter for either team. I really don't think, and I don't think it's going to be that crazy bad either way. So,
right.
I don't think that's going to be.
I don't know if I like the over though in that game. I don't know, because if it is windy and crappy, you're going to see a lot of runs. You're going to see the ball on the ground a lot more than you're going to see the ball being thrown by either quarterback. So, but also like another thing that really gravitated me towards the Patriots in this pick, the Patriots scored on their first 6 possessions last week. They had more touchdowns in the first half than Los Angeles had first downs.
It was 6 touchdowns to 5 first downs.
Like there's just something about New England in the playoffs. And you say every year, like, oh, this is the end of it. This is like they're going to come to their demise here because they didn't have a spectacular regular season. I mean, compared to what they could do and what they do in the playoffs. But, man, they just seem to, like, flip that switch, and it is just a different animal. And I don't know if Kansas City has the defense to stop it.
I don't think they have the defense to stop it, but they have the offense to keep up with it, at least, is what I would say.
I think it's going to be a very close game, a very close game.
Who you got in the Rams, Saints?
This is more of a personal pick than anything. I've got the Rams for the simple fact I thought that the Rams played a better team last week. I think I still don't think the Eagles are – I think the Eagles beat the Bears because they had a chip on their shoulder. They were counted out. And the Bears just didn't capitalize offensively. New Orleans did not look good against the Eagles. The Cowboys, don't get me wrong, I don't think the Cowboys are anything spectacular. But the Rams I just that offense is fun to watch, and you saw that there is a little bit of a game plan. There is a little bit of a blueprint in order to slow Drew Brees down a little bit, and I think the Rams have the guys on defense more than Philly did to weather that storm for a while and then capitalize when it's necessary.
I got the Saints. Like you said, people keep saying it may sound dumb, but the dome want to be a factor for the Saints. It's going to be crazy loud. I'm not saying it's going to affect the Rams as much as it maybe affected the Eagles, but it will come into play. Drew Brees, he really had the best game last week.
Yep.
It's going to come down to the running game, I think, and I know the Rams have the better of the running backs, but I also think that the Saints will be able to keep up with them, and maybe it'll come in, and I think the Saints will pull it out. And like I said, I as weird as my picks were, as I predicted before, I would like to see the Patriots and Saints, but I would gladly
go
with
the Chiefs and Saints. You can't go wrong, I think, in either direction. Now, I want to look and see what the over of the Rams Saints game is sitting currently at 57. There's going to be a lot of points, I think, because you're not going to see the weather influenced either way. Like you said, you are playing in the dome, but 57 points is a lot. But I am a big over better, so I might hammer that.
The under, but that's a lot of points.
Yeah. What happened to all our viewers, man? We got nobody right now. Where'd everybody go?
Well, they were in the other video.
Well, tell them to come over here.
I don't know.
Hey, everybody, come over here. You probably can't hear us, but anyway. I think it's going to be a fun weekend of football. I think I know I said that they could be blowouts and we're still going to see a good Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, we're all praying for really good games tomorrow and captivating stuff because that Patriots Chargers game was not enjoyable to watch. That game was over in the middle of the first quarter. I felt like the Kansas City game was pretty similar. That game was not close. It wasn't much of an entertaining game to watch. So I'm just hoping for some good games.
Hoping for some good games. Like you said, it's going to be a snowy, cold Sunday, so you might as well stay inside and watch some football. Let's move on to a little bit of a subject that's more depressing, even though it is sad to talk about.
Wish there was booze in here.
Over. But the Bulls, 10-35 right at the moment. I'm guessing they're probably the worst in the league. Wendell Carter out 8-12, having thumb surgery. I hate it. I don't like to see him hurt, but the tank's going to keep going. Laurie's playing well lately. Zach's playing well lately. Bobby Portis he's doing what you got to do. But they're not keeping the games close at all lately. And
have we had a show since they got beat since they gave up 146 to the Warriors?
No. But
they gave up 146 points. They are the second worst team in the NBA, though.
I have seen a lot of other teams give up a lot of points like that, though.
Yeah.
And then Najibari's back playing a little bit, which is weird.
Well, out of necessity. I mean, they just don't have – you're seeing guys getting hurt. And luckily, I think Dunn's playing more minutes as he's coming back. But, God, they're just – it's ugly. The best game of the year so far has been that Indiana game.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was going to overtime. It was a close game. They covered your spreads. So – that's the kind of games we want. I don't want to watch them play the Warriors when they're down 68-22.
But that's what's kind of come with the tank season, though. You're not going to be close. You're not going to be close every game. You're tanking for a reason. Your team is not very good.
Exactly.
So when the games are close, yeah, it's nice, but you're not going to be expecting that every single night.
Right.
That the games are going to stay close.
Right. No, it's tough to watch, and we also haven't had a show since the Bulls gave Jim Boylan an extension.
A raise for no reason, for doing nothing right. He's done nothing that has helped the Bulls other than maybe cover up some of the Hoiberg firing 4 guard packs is pretty much all he's done by running his team and having the team pretty much go against him, and then they give him a raise, which is an extension for next year, which I get it. He's only guaranteed $1 million. But a Bulls organization who just loves paying coaches, why would you think that they can get rid of him when they already have Hoiberg for $5 million? They're gonna owe him $1 million, and they're gonna pay another coach. It's not gonna happen. So people who keep going, it's just a raise. It makes no sense. It's not like they're not gonna be stuck with him. But if they want to get rid of him, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be. it's just you feel like they do something right. They make the trade. They get rid of some of those. They get rid of campaign. They do something right, and then they just turn around and just crap right out of.
Yeah,
it
makes it. Like you say, it's just a cover up for all their mistakes. They're just gonna keep doing stupid things until they can finally say that the rebuild's not going to work in like 3 or 4 years.
And then they're going to rebuild again. And then
because apparently, was it Gar made the thing that said if you are fails, you can get rid of me, which is going to just stretch as long as he can. And it just sucks because what is this basketball
purgatory?
Basketball purgatory. You're stuck, and we're in hell. Basketball hell.
Yeah, it's
where the Flames just. Because the Bulls are just keep.
But like that's the thing. That's why it's purgatory because we get so close to being in hell, and then they make a move, and you're like, oh, okay, we're doing something right, and then they just turn around, the elevator shaft just falls out of the bottom, and you're back down in hell. Like you're just going up and
higher and higher.
Because like I'd rather be a Suns fan right now. At least they know they're bad. They accept they're bad. Where these idiots just try and act like they know what they're doing.
Like I said, they just keep putting more gas on the fire.
Yeah.
It just keeps making it's just worse and worse. But in a way, as much as we say it's worse and worse, the tanking is going right.
They're the second worst team in the NBA.
But when you're stuck with Jim Boylan as a thought even for next year, it just the rebuild makes no sense. Why would you rebuild with a coach like that? It makes no sense. The guys don't like him, and it's frustrating.
Frustrating. If you want to truly rebuild, it's got to start with the coach. You got to look what the Celtics did with Brad Stevens. Go get a Shaka Smart. Go get a hot college coach that, at least will something to look forward to. You can't tell me that Jim Boylan was putting S's in. No one. People are going to the Bulls games because tickets are $7.
Yeah, they're not going to see Jim Boylan. Oh, what's the?
Did you see he got his ass ran over though the other night? He got someone was going for a loose ball and just boom down.
Yeah, and it's just sad to see right now. But the tank is going in the right direction, so I guess there's a little bit of positive to it. But like you said, it's just the Jim Boylan contract for next year is just going to keep a bad cloud over the Bulls organization for at least the offseason.
Right. At least. Oh.
Let's move on to an even more depressing situation with the Chicago Blackhawks, who are 16-24-9. They had a little bit of hope a few weeks ago that you thought maybe they could turn around. Not going to happen. Happen.
Season's over.
Season's over. They Pigoy actually texted us before the game and said we
take ourselves very seriously.
We really get into the moment.
This is game time for us.
Before the show, and said that the Hawks are historically one of the worst teams.
No, I think they're. I'm looking it up right now. I don't think he means historically.
But just all around bad. Just keep doing the defense.
Right now, here, I know you can't see it, but
they're in last. Literally, they are 31st.
They are
worst team in the
league. As far as points go, they have 41 points, and the Los Angeles Kings have 42. And so do the Philadelphia Flyers.
Which is weird. How many years ago were they competing to go to the –
2 years ago. I mean, they were in the playoffs 2 years ago.
As much as you want to say with football, it's quick to turn around. With hockey, it's a quick turnaround too.
But, that's the thing, though. Right now, obviously you've had some misfortunes. Corey Crawford, I did see this morning on Twitter that Corey Crawford was back in practice taking shots. Now, I don't think Corey Crawford will ever be a Chicago Blackhawks goalie again.
I don't know if it'll be a goalie again.
I agree. I think this might be the end of it, but at least, this season is done. You have to start planning. Now, that brings me to my question for you, Zach. Do the Blackhawks become sellers at the trade deadline? Do they try to dump, as much as you hate to say it, do you try and dump a guy like Kane? Do you try to dump a guy like Tays? 4 picks, 4 prospects.
I'm not a huge hockey fan. The point is, what I'm trying to say is that how teams do that? Is that how teams try to rebuild?
Usually, it's guys a lot older than that. You'll see guys
they'll do that. No.
I think you've got a better chance at remember thinking Duncan Keith a couple years ago when he was old, a guy like that who still has some gas in the tank, but
I don't think they're going to get rid of a Patrick Kane or a Tays because. Also, the people put ass in the seats. They put gas 100%. In the seats. But also, I just don't know if a hockey organization is going to rebuild like that, or if they're thinking they're going to be in that situation.
Nick, did you see that?
That is true. I mean, that was a hot take.
I did no. This is taking. I did not say they should. I did not say they should. I was just throwing out the idea.
That is like how people should get fired.
I did not know. I realized Nick was watching.
That is a fireable offense, honestly.
Yeah, no, but like, I hope people
maybe a suspension offense. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Don't. Why are you gonna throw that out there?
Because when you said it, I tried to let it go, but then I think trade Kane. I mean, no one has said that. I mean, that would break.
That is obviously the extreme extent of it, but I just don't know what they do going forward. Yeah. I honestly think about it, and I'm like, okay, well, do you trade a guy like DeBrincat? Do you trade, some of these other pieces? But like, they're out of pieces to trade of quality players.
Apparently, it looks like you may have to find a new player.
And I might be looking for a trading spot too. I don't know.
But yeah, with the Blackhawks, it's tough to. I mean, if you want to, I mean, hate to say it, but people who are like kind of the casual Hawks fans, it's to watch right now. And even if you're a diehard fan, it's tough to watch in a different fashion because you know that there's so much talent there, and it's just not being used to its full potential right now.
Right. That's the thing. You're in such a stalemate right now with the coaching staff. Is this guy going to be the guy going forward? I don't think he is. But do the Blackhawks think he is? It's just such a weird predicament because you have guys, we just said Patrick Kane is having what could be considered an MVP type season. One of his
best years of his career.
And it's just for nothing. It's literally for nothing because he is.
But that happens in all sports.
Well, I mean, look at Mike Trout. Yeah. I mean, Mike Trout's one of the best baseball players of this generation.
Let's move into the baseball talk. The Cubs Con is going on right now.
Yep, I think Sox convention is next weekend.
Javier Baez. I mean, I missed them so much. I love them. They're so funny. They dress so well. I want to be them. I want to be them.
They have levels of swag we will never know.
Yes, but I want to go into something the other day that Tom Ricketts went into. I think it was on 670, the school.
Yeah, it was Thursday morning, I want to say. Yeah, maybe Friday morning.
They brought up the topic of would you bring Sosa back just for the day or something like that? And they were saying no, not until he keeps going on with until he apologizes. And I get it. You want him to say that he was wrong for what he did. In his head, I don't think he thinks he was wrong.
No.
And I don't think he was like as wrong as you would think because – as much as you hate to say, guess what? Mark McGwire. He has been the hitting coach for the St. Louis Cardinals. Did he ever come out and say, I'm so sorry for doing steroids?
I don't think they're necessarily looking for an apology, but Mark McGwire.
That's what he said.
Mark McGwire, and don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Mark McGwire came out and admitted that he was on steroids. Sammy has never once admitted that he did anything.
I guess, but like.
And I feel like all they're asking is just acknowledge it. Like where he's like, how dare you?
When was the last time you heard an interview from Sam? I guess he did the one with NBC Sports. It was like a little bit of talk about it. But I'm just saying, if you bring him back for just have him throw the first pitch or something, you don't have to bring him back for 10 more years. It's just a simple acknowledge it's there. I get it. You're mad at him. But guess what you did? You also made millions and millions of dollars. Right. And guess what? With the Ricketts, I love the Ricketts, but they're also taking – things around Wrigley that everyone's loved before, taking it down to pay for what they want to do inside the stadium, which I love. I like that Wrigley staying there.
But the stuff around
the fans are. I know it was junk. The Taco Bells.
They
were cool and I loved them. But what I'm saying is, you know how happy the fans would be if you just one day.
Oh yeah.
Just think about the fans and. I don't even care. The Ricketts could be out of town when it happens. Right. I don't care. It's just one of those things that it's going to be a part of the Cubs' history forever because am I wrong that he has the most home runs in Cubs? Maybe it's up there. He holds records. I mean, it's tough that he's not even up on the board right now. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just the hater of the whole situation. So
I don't know. Like I try to put myself in like a Ricketts situation. And obviously, I'm with you, Zach. I think that, because we grew up on it, where there might be a blowback from a side that we don't even think of. There might be, think about, the older people in our family that, these guys ruined the game and, they tarnished it.
They ruined it, but also saved it.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's the way we view it. Steroids is illegal and they were bad.
No, I love steroids.
For your body.
Everyone in Major League Baseball should be required to do steroids.
What I'm saying, I don't think that's
100%. 600-foot dingers every day.
But you know what I mean? Don't sit here and be like they hurt somebody or something like that in the process of them doing steroids.
They hurt themselves.
Yeah, and guess what? A-Rod, who has been with steroids, is literally one of the most famous, popular people as of right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
did you see Barry Bonds got like a standing ovation at the Warriors game the other night?
Has Barry Bonds ever come out and been like,
how in the hell is Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds not in the Hall of Fame?
It's stupid.
But it's because of that generation, though. It's because of that generation that thinks that the steroids
that are voting for the Hall of Famers. Which I think it's ugly that Barry Bonds isn't in. I get it. He did steroids. But guess what? He still is one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Put steroids aside.
He's the best power hitter of all time.
One of the best hitters of all time.
I don't care if he did steroids. Like, I don't care. I love steroids in sports.
Sosa, as much as I want him to come back to Wrigley, I'm not saying to put him in the Hall of Fame right away or even put him in the Hall of Fame. Like, I get it. Sosa's his stats were a little bit more inflated by steroids, I think. I think Barry Bonds without steroids is still one of the greatest players of all time. A-Rod without the steroids is still one of the greatest players of all time.
Agreed.
Like, Mark McGwire, I think he may even be in a Sammy Sosa type of scenario where maybe the steroids helped more than you thought. But I think we need to stop pretending like the steroids never happened and we're just going to keep it undercover forever. Guess what? Mike Piazza, I'm pretty sure he got caught up with steroids. Is he in the Hall of Fame right now?
Yes, Mike Piazza.
And you're telling me he's better than Barry Bonds? Get out of here.
You can't even tell me Mike Piazza is better than Sammy Sosa. Come on.
I keep forgetting the guy's name. The guy from the White Sox who just got in the Hall of Fame. Why can't I can't bring it.
Jim Thome?
No, the guy who was like 20 years. He'd been in 24 seasons.
Minnie Minoso?
Okay, here we go. The biggest problem is that Sammy was only named in the Mitchell report. He never tested positive or was suspended for steroid. It is like Sammy.
Harold Baines. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, Sammy Sosa.
It is. Like, it's all speculatory.
It's all speculation. There's names all over the place. There's a list of 100-something people that are apparently did steroids.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Peyton Manning's wife.
Oh, Tim Raines. What? Tim Raines?
I don't know. Pigo's married to a Sox fan, so
yeah, I don't know. But
we're not big Sox guys. If you can't
tell, I may have already said this before. I do think there should be a 20-year section of the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what? I mean, I get it. You played 24 seasons. You're going to have a lot of stats. Yeah. You're going to be, but you also should be rewarded for being able to play 24 seasons.
100%. I mean, how many? And that's also like the only professional sport you can play 24 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody that plays in the NFL.
Vinatieri may say something different.
Kickers aren't people.
I know, but I'm just saying that is cool though. That
100. But like a real football player.
He struggled a little bit in the playoff game. I think he missed an extra point.
Bring it up how Pigoy sucks at making bets. Yeah, Pat, thanks. You killed me last week.
Yeah,
I followed all of your football bets, and now I lost my ass.
I said it. I made a tweet. I said, well, I don't know why they have him on there. They should have me. I mean, I at least
you actually are whipping my ass. We took some weeks off, but yeah, thanks, Pigoy. I lost everybody knows I bet like $5-10 at a time, but Pigoy really screwed me last weekend.
Yeah,
because I was feeling confident, and actually I should have been following Maddie.
Stick to poker, dude.
Yeah, I should have been following Maddie, and I think Nick's been doing really well.
I would like a little chime in from Pigoy, and I want to know how much have you lost the last few weeks here? Have you been betting your own chalk? Have you? Have you been betting your own chalk?
Care to call in? We'll get a microphone hooked up, and you can call in.
Oh, happy to help. No, that's not what we want to hear.
Nope, not what we need to hear.
That's not what we want to hear.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if I saw the chalk thing right, and Nick will have to comment on this. Nick's been on fire, and I think Maddie's been on fire. Pigoy, not on fire.
Not on fire, no. But yeah, please chime in with how you've been doing. I really do want to know if you've been taking the chalk.
And also, I'm curious. Obviously, so a lot of people might not know what we're talking about. We have a Twitter page. I believe it's the chalk something.
I stay away from it because I know Pigoy's on there. I know it's trying to sway my bets. So,
but anyway, it's essentially like the Loop Sports roundtable of betting, and all these guys put in their bets. Matt and I are undefeated in the playoffs,
and you can follow it at the Chalk TLS.
Nick said him and Matt are undefeated in the playoffs. So make sure you go follow them and follow Nick and Matt and Fade Pigoy.
Yeah, I say don't follow Pigoy on there, no.
But they give their best gambling advice, and like I said, these guys have been hot. So follow them. Make sure you follow our guys over there.
Speaking of Matt and Pigoy, they have put together a little bit of a. We have another. Was it TCF Great Debate?
Well, I don't know what we're gonna call it.
We're gonna call it. I mean, why as well? It's the same thing. It's still a great debate. We're going to change it. That's fine. But we're going to be doing wrestlers. We got 64 wrestlers. We got four
regions. Generations. I think they have 80s, 90s.
I think it's 2000s and maybe the
10s.
The 10s, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Because last week we did on our podcast our top 3 wrestlers. And this week when we do it, we are going to do our top 5 wrestling personalities in the fact of who we think kind of like
they're not the best wrestler in the world.
We're casual wrestling fans.
Yeah.
So it's
very casual.
And I would say nowadays there's not a lot of guys who really catch your eye. Because
John Cena's my favorite of all time.
But he's not nowadays. He's been wrestling for a long time if you really think about it.
Yeah, he really had. Like I remember seeing the U and then the can't sign see me shirts when I was 15. So he's been probably wrestling for 12, 13 years.
But we'll be putting that out on Monday.
Yep.
So we'll be putting out I don't know how they're going to be doing it with regions. So we'll be putting that out on Typical Chicago Fans at typical_Chicago, the Twitter.
Yep.
Be tweeting it out from also the Loops.
You can follow it. Me and Zach always retweet them after we vote. And like I said, we got to preface this. Zach was a wrestling fan for probably 10 years of your life?
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yep. And I was a wrestling fan for about 3 months. And you actually got me into wrestling and gave me a wrestling magazine.
I was told that I was not allowed to stop. I had to stop for a little bit when I told my grandma when I think I was about
this is great.
I don't know, maybe I was pretty young. I told my grandma I was going to open a can of whoop ass on her. So that got me in a little bit of trouble. That stopped the wrestling for a while. I also my dad would be laying on the ground. I would just give him the people's elbow. So that had to stop also. But wrestling, it's been a good time for.
And
it's old. I would honestly, they have it's the WWE Network.
Yeah, $10 a month or something.
Yeah, and I honestly haven't been thinking about getting it because I've heard you get a lot of the old school stuff.
Yeah, that's the stuff I want to watch.
The old DX.
Like I said, I wasn't a big wrestling fan to watch it, but I loved playing wrestling video games. I had a friend when I was younger, and I would go over to his house for weekends because he lived farther away, and he had an N64, and I think with WWE Raw or something, and we just used to sit and play this game for hours. And like I said, I didn't even watch wrestling, but I knew all these guys from the video games. So I think this will be fun. I'm probably gonna learn a lot because I have this inquisitive mind. When I see a name I don't know, I'll go put it in Wikipedia and then I'll learn everything about him. So 3 to 5.
But again, you can they'll be coming out on the Typical Chicago Fans Twitter at typical_Chicago Monday morning.
Yes.
Pigoy will be giving it at you, so you don't have to worry about his picks. Just follow the what do? We do a bunch of polls.
Yeah.
So do it. So the music one was fun. All the old school rappers and stuff like that. That was fun. Eminem ended up winning, so it'll be cool to see who wins this.
Lil Wayne got shafted.
Yeah, it'll be a fun few weeks of voting, and we'll keep promoting it. But we'll go into the top 5 in a minute. But I still want to end this conversation of the Hall of Fame. I really do think you will see more supposed steroid users start trickling into the Hall of Fame. The more you see some of the older guys, some of the Hall of Fame voting changing hands of people. As much as you hate to say it, I mean, it's just some of those guys are set in their ways. You're not going to change them.
Exactly.
But you got to.
But you're also going to see younger reporters coming in and that are now getting votes. You're going to see it shifting in a different direction.
Steve said WrestleMania 3 is the best wrestling event of all time. Is that when Hulk Hogan flipped Andre the Giant? I need to know.
I think it might have been.
The next great debate is going to be awesome. So we are calling it that. I've got WrestleMania 17 as the best one. Pigoy says,
John O'Brien with your Hall of Fame question. What about Pete Rose?
I think
this is what sucks. I think I've said this before.
No,
Pete Rose is going to get inducted the day after he dies.
No, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame
as a player.
But he has really showed no remorse to get there, so that's why it's hard. I mean, you can say what you want about Sammy Sosa, but Pete Rose is out there. I mean, he puts it in your face. He still bets. He puts it out there that he's doing these signings for the money, for the betting. I mean, as much as you want to say, Sammy Sosa hasn't apologized, but he also doesn't go out there and be doing steroid commercials.
But at the same time, like, I still don't think there's any proof Pete Rose bet against his own team. And as a degenerate gambler like we are, we understand that.
I get it.
If I knew my team was going to be good, I bet on my team.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be in there, but I also don't think he's doing the best service for himself.
No, I mean, but he's also on kind of a middle finger tour to the Major League Baseball because they just keep shoving it up his ass, and he's just tired of it.
And then some of the other stories, we'll not go into them, but those other stories that have come up about Pete Rose from his past outside of baseball and gambling that are a little bit troubling. So that may also be affecting the whole situation.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, that was the one. Right? Andre the Giant. Andre's first loss. Shut up, John O'Brien. Yeah, CL Puig's a bum.
Well, I'm not. I don't say that. I'm not saying
he's gonna come back and kill the Cubs this year.
Well, I'm not saying he's not a.
I know. I actually like
Yasiel Puig. You don't want to see him.
He's going to hit like 45 dinners this year. Yeah.
But the funny part is the Dodgers are maybe not going to get a.
This is going to be hilarious. They just unloaded Puig and Alex Woods.
As much as I want to sit here and laugh at the Dodgers, their trade did not help the Cubs in their division. So
no, not at all. Not at all.
Cubs suck.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome. Great take.
That coming. He's a Dick Ballers fan, so go figure.
Good take. First match, Andre lost. I think, what was it? Undertaker had a long
he had like a 23-year WrestleMania streak. I actually last year lost.
That's the worst take I've ever heard.
Reds are going to be better than the Cubs. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Let's hear. So I want to hear why.
Because Yasiel Puig and Alex Wood. That's literally all they have now.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Tucker Barnhart.
Yeah. Well.
And no pitching staff.
So let's talk a little bit more about the Cubs. Okay, so Chris Bryant came out saying that
Corey Kluber will not be a Red.
He does not think. Oh, he knows that Bryce Harper will not be with the Cubs. That's
fine.
I've not even thought we were going to get Bryce Harper for a while now. Don't really care because I think the Cubs are still going to be successful without him. I mean, you look at who they got out there.
Hey, just so you know, you have a Reds and a White Sox fan trying to trigger you right now. So I'm giving you a trigger warning.
No, that's fine.
So just relax.
But what I was just saying about the awesome Chicago Cubs, you see Jason Hayward, as much as we hate the contract, he played better last year. He's going to be a good outfielder. You got Schwarber. We have Yu Darvish coming back, who says he's healthy. And I know the comment section is going to be really trollful about this, but
they're trying to trigger you.
He is ready. He's going to come back healthy. And you know what? Maybe he'll fail. Maybe he won't do as good as we want. But for right now, in my head, I'm going to take it as he is ready to. I'm going to say it. The fuck you tour.
Oh,
the fuck you tour. Because
I like that.
Maybe that should be a T-shirt. It's kind of vulgar.
PHUCK.
What?
PHUCK.
Yeah.
So
we could. I'm just doing the F. But you know what?
Probably not going to be a T-shirt.
He got a lot of hate last year, and I guess I was on the whole he was kind of being a baby about some of the stuff. I didn't like it, but guess what? He knows what he's going to get in the media. His team's got his back, and he's healthy now. Let's hope. And I'm ready for a Yu Darvish 15-win season.
Oh, baby. I love it. I love it,
season, baby. What I'm saying is,
as the 4-starter too, that's going to be. We got
Cole Hamels, we got John Lester, we got Kyle Hendricks, we got Yu Darvish,
and Jose
Quintana. We got Mike Montgomery for one.
And apparently Tyler Chatwood is in the best shape of his life, as I saw on Twitter.
Okay, that I can't even get on that. I may troll myself on that.
Oh shit.
I saw Tyler Chatwood pitch twice last year, and I mean, you could just tell he just doesn't have the stuff. I mean, unless he learned how to throw a strike.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care if he's running ultra marathons. Can he throw a ball over the plate? You are blowing smoke.
That's fine. I'm blowing awesome smoke.
We blow about as much smoke as the Reds blow baseball games.
Yeah. I'll blow all the smoke I want.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
So what is it? We got about 20 days.
Yeah, I think they said pitchers and catchers report. No, it's a little bit more than that because I want to say maybe February. It might be my brother's birthday, February 11th.
We got he was 21-year streak for Undertaker. Lost to at WrestleMania 30 to Brock Lesnar.
Pat, was that the one that I actually went to Pat's house?
He lost to Shawn Michaels.
Bret Michaels.
No.
I know. I
was like, wait a minute. No, I'm pretty sure he lost to Shawn Michaels. Was his first loss. Yeah, that's why he would be in good shape. He didn't get used in the second half. That's true.
John O'Brien said Alex Wood will be closer to 15 wins. Yeah, Alex Wood is not going to be able to get wins because he plays for the Dick Ballers, though. He might have great outings and still get beat 1-0.
I'm just excited that we get to argue about this.
Yeah.
Stuff. Trey is a loser. Well, I mean, that's kind of rude, though. Where did that come from?
Well, I remember I did just say around Trey's birthday. I know you don't do a lot of shit. Can you just fake it?
Oh, my nephew says hello. Good
Hi, Jack.
Hello. But Jack, I think he was born the year the Cubs won the World Series.
Yes, he was.
So, I think she's having another baby this year. So
we're
there we go
this year. Let's go.
I just thought about that. So, we may have to. Jessica, my sister may have to have like 10 kids.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's. Well, actually, just go for 9. We'll take 9 titles, and you can have a baseball team.
Bret Michaels is important.
I know it's a reoccurring joke.
You gotta out-hit us.
Okay. I was over for
WrestleMania
34. I went to Pico's and watched WrestleMania last year, I think, and I'll probably come back this year.
I'll come back too. We'll do some content. We'll do something. Maybe we'll bet on it.
I might be the worst person to watch WrestleMania because literally, like, Pico can attest to this. Every 5 minutes, I was like,
John O'Brien
what's
says
going
you
on?
got to out-hit us, so now we know how baseball works. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, let's move on to what we were going to say. Our top five wrestling personalities, and like you said, he watched for like 3 months out of his life.
But I also like my
years.
wife. My wife watches that Bella's show, with the Bella twins. And I catch myself like watching John Cena every once in a while. What's the other guy that's in that pale guy?
Wait, I got 1 second. John J.O. just said Reds will be second in division or higher. So to say they'll be in first or second.
No, just stop taking his bait. He's trying to piss you off.
I'm just saying.
He's doing a good job of it.
He is doing a good job of it. But Reds being in second place is kind of crazy. The Cardinals getting
Dusty Baker still is he the manager of the Reds?
I don't know. Old Dusty. Dusty we trusty. Oh no!
Oh shit!
Never mind. We need darn it. The baby's gonna have to be like almost 1 then.
Better get that thing out.
The year after.
Oh yeah. So next, all right.
No, we'll go back to back. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
We'll go back to back World Series. That'd be awesome.
Well, I'm gonna take my money to the bank. Cubs 2020 World Series champs.
Yes. So let's go into our top 5 wrestling personalities.
Do we even want to do?
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna soon close my eyes. Right?
Yeah, you won.
Let's go. I mean, it's just too easy. This is insane. What did you throw?
Paper.
Oh, my God. You thought you were going to give me with paper. What do you think I was going to throw?
Obviously a rock.
Why do you think I throw a rock?
I'm going to throw a rock at you if you keep talking about
that. That is crazy. I mean, when was the last time you won?
November.
Yeah, probably. So my number 1 personality wrestling – I'd have to go with Shawn Michaels because, I mean, He came out and he was just so crazy and jumping around. I remember with DX and stuff at that young age, he just had that, like you said, we're doing personality.
Does DX the suck it, guys?
Yeah, but he was just always so crazy and just like his personality, like we said, these are guys who like shape themselves.
Yeah, we're not saying like they're great wrestlers.
He was a good wrestler, but with his finishing move was the kick to the throat.
Oh,
I always thought like that'd be a tough one.
All right, so we got Bret Michaels at 1. I keep saying. I'm just gonna keep saying that.
From Poison.
From Poison, the lead singer. Oh, this is easy. I've got to go Ric Flair. I love me some Ric Flair.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think that.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing.
I may win the whole thing.
Diamond ring wearing.
Just what's your
kiss stealing? Woo! Wheeling dealing. Limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. I probably said that in the wrong order.
Yeah, you probably did. But yeah, Sweet Chin Music was Shawn Michaels.
Gotcha. Okay, so Ric Flair's my number 1. My second favorite personality. I got to go with The Rock. Whoa. Can you smell what The Rock That's all I remember. I never watched him actually wrestle, but I remember all the videos.
It's cooking. You got to do it the cooking.
It's cooking. And then he did the eyebrow thing that I can't do. Yeah, I've got to go with The Rock number 2.
He's lived like 3 different. He was a football player, then he was a wrestler, now he's a movie star.
Now he's a billionaire.
The guy is living life.
Yes, he is.
My number 2, I'd have to say Undertaker. Because he lived under that whole the awesome entrance of the Undertaker was just everything goes black and you never know. Like sometimes he could be coming for he could just be behind you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or he could just be coming down and they got the caskets and it's just that was such a cool.
Honestly, this is dumb because I'm kind of dumb and I don't know wrestling.
Well, people said you're 100% accurate.
That's true. So, but the GIF. The most probably used GIF I see on the internet is the Undertaker sitting up out of the coffin. That is immortal.
People's eyebrow. But I think Pigway was saying that you were 100% on the
Ric Flair.
So
yeah,
that's
big Ric
very
Flair
surprising.
Fan.
Very surprising you got that right.
Shut up.
Who should be my number 3?
I know, dude. This is kind of tough for 2 guys that don't really watch wrestling.
I guess I have to go with my guy. I said him on the podcast, Mick Foley, who was
that's a good choice.
Mankind. He was 3 different characters.
Imagine there's a sock here.
Yeah, I mean, he like you said, his body type was not the typical wrestler. And I mean, he didn't wrestle normal, but his personality and willing to let people just beat the shit out of his body.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, and our wrestling guys will probably jump in. I'm pretty sure he jumped off of a cage onto a table.
Yeah.
And I know your guy Shawn Michaels did too. I saw that video actually just a couple weeks ago. But that guy just beat his body up for the sport.
His reason, I don't think he can wrestle anymore.
I
still think he can do it.
I didn't even know if he was still alive, to be completely honest with you. Let's see. With my number 3, I see mine are. I'm stupid and I'm very easily amused. I've got to go with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because the simple fact, he has this transcending ability through time. He's still on TV, but you still when the Cubs won the World Series, we all Stone Cold beers, and then to see, go back and look at the videos, when I did watch that little bit of wrestling, and they would throw in the beers, and I was 8 years old and just loving this guy, just slamming beers.
You say he's a personality. I mean,
yes.
You knew of him.
Hang on, I think it's my turn still. This is my 4th pick.
Oh yeah.
You do
the same thing every single time because you lose every single time.
Yeah, I'm very used to this by now. This isn't probably going to be a bad pick, but my favorite guy to use in wrestling video games was Rey Mysterio.
Huh? Yeah.
I don't know, with the luchador mask, and he always did the backflip. Yeah, and he did the backflip off of the thing. That was cool.
I always thought his finisher was – it was cool, but the person's just going to hang there? The person's going to hang there and wait for you to kick him in the face?
That's wwrestling.
I know. I'm just saying. I some of the more realistic kind of finishers.
I don't know. I always liked Rey Mysterio.
Did he have the splash off the – he jumped into the splash?
You're asking the wrong guy, cuz.
Let's see who I should go with.
Okay, people are saying Igor and Steve are saying all these guys that
Hulk Hogan. That is true.
Yeah, are you going to go
That's going to be my number 4.
All right.
It has to be because he is the personality. You're right. How did he not make it higher on the list? He is
he also wrestled 20 years before we were born.
He brought the personality to the wrestling before it was cool. He was coming out with the frizzle, the yellow and red frizzles on his neck and stuff. And
Ego is just naming people I've never heard of. Cactus Jack.
Oh, Frog Splash. That was it. Yeah, Cactus Jack and Dude Love.
No idea who that is. Not a clue.
They're just
old school wrestlers.
I think they were a tag team. Well, I could be thinking of the wrong people.
No clue.
Not sure. But so then I go 4-5. Hulk Hogan. Who should be my? I don't know. I don't know if I could say his name as a personality. But Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I
mean, he literally faked his own death.
Yeah.
That. I remember I was watching around that time when his limo just blew up.
Yeah.
He literally is WWE.
Right.
Everything he does is calculated.
WWE exists because of McMahon.
That's kind of a cop out of a last one, but he is a personality. That's not really. Vince McMahon probably acts arrogant in a way like that.
Cactus Jack and Dude Love were other Mick Foley personalities. That would explain. I didn't know that. How the hell would I have known that?
No, I should have known that because I just thought it wasn't because the way he said Mick Foley. But, yeah, that's right. That's on me. That's on us. Hand up. I got called out for that. Actually,
there's no us. That's on you. I don't even know.
On my radio show for that the other day, I said my top 3, and I said Mick Foley, and he goes, name the characters. Couldn't name them. Sorry. I knew. All
I know is Mankind.
Mankind.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Thanks for
helping us. We listen. We preface this with we know next to nothing about wrestling, but so your 5th was
thanks for making it simple there, Pat.
Yes, thank you.
But so yeah, my number 5 was Vince McMahon because he literally is the personality of all personalities.
All right, I don't even know if he's that much of a personality, but I'm gonna go with Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I mean he was a person. He was so big, and he was just he's a personality. You go out, you see Andre the Giant, back
and like all of the stories that go along with it, like the myth behind
steak upon steak, drink pints
120 cans of beers in a night or something like that.
He was just a living legend.
Now let's go through some that maybe you would have thrown in, Zach, if we had more, because I've got a couple that I'm thinking of that like. Just seeing videos and like kind of knowing what's going on in the sport of wrestling, like the Ultimate Warrior is probably a big one. Yeah. Sorry, Steve, I didn't even see that. The Ultimate Warrior came to mind. I'm thinking of guys like more in our generation, like the Big Show.
Yeah, the Big Show. Kane.
It's the Big Show.
Kane. He used to have the mask on back in the day when he was like Undertaker's brother.
John Cena, obviously.
Cena. I mean, he's been all types of characters. He's been hated. He's been loved. I mean, he's been all over the place in WWE.
And, like, I don't know how much you watch now, but I know this just from watching WrestleMania. Like, Shinsuke Nakamura right now is really fun to watch.
Who's that guy that goes, hey, yes.
Yes, Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. Oh,
that's the guy on the Bella show, with the hot sister.
I think he had to quit. He might be back, but I thought he had to quit for a little while.
Yeah, that's a good – I mean, but then there's also guys like – I don't know. This is a very obscure pick, and, like, people might tear me apart for this, but, like, I loved Booker T. I was, like, 8 years old when I was starting watching wrestling because I liked Booker T. I liked who were some of the other guys? There was Goldberg, Sting. Those were – like, Sting – also, another guy that kind of falls into that like personality thing. Remember, like because of the gift, like when he takes the mask off and it's still Sting underneath,
like he has the makeup on.
Triple H, that's a good. I think you actually named that in the podcast. My favorite
wrestler.
Yeah, those are all really good ones.
I mean, he literally
Kurt Angle.
He's gonna own WWE one day, like
at
least part of it.
Kurt Angle, I think, is another one that a lot of people like. I'm trying to even just like come up with some more.
I mean, there's been so many personalities.
How do we forget Roddy Piper?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
you go on for days about personalities within the WWE, old school, new school.
Like that's why just us having this conversation afterwards, and everybody giving us their like this is the reason this great
as going from UFC to this and that, like it's crazy to think about those guys.
Like this great debate is going to be awesome.
Like
so
I feel like one day you are going to see Rob Gronkowski in the WWE.
I think so too.
I mean, just his personality.
Oh, personality. We also forgot about Dennis Rodman, who wrestled in the WWE once.
Was it Steve McMichaels? He was with the guy who was Steve right?
Who are you talking about?
The guy that would go to the he played for the Bears.
Oh yeah, Mongo.
Yeah, he was like part of the Four Horsemen. Like he was
really
some stuff with that. Like athletes within it are also very cool personalities.
Yeah, so. Macho Man Randy Savage. That's another good one.
We go on for days and days about it.
But just make sure you get on Twitter. You follow typical_Chicago.
Send us your top 5 personalities. Let us know what you think. We're going to be putting our poll out a little bit after the show, so we'll get to see who.
And again, don't tear us apart.
Right.
Don't tear us apart too much. We're not wrestling guys.
Yeah, I mean.
But we're enjoying it.
We got a pretty good top 5.
See, this is why I never like people always make me feel dumb for not knowing anything. But thanks to Pigo, he's the only one that would like explain things to me. And I feel like a lot of wrestling people like get mad because I don't know it when I want to when I want to learn. But shout out Pigo because he actually like would explain. He didn't mind when I watched WrestleMania.
Karl Malone wrestled.
Yeah, that's right. It was in that he wrestled against Dennis Rodman. But there's so many. This is going to be so fun. It's going to come out this week, so make sure, like I said, typical_Chicago.
Monday morning, I think it'll be coming out. So everyone get out there, vote for who you think. Let us know where we went wrong.
Yeah.
Let us know your top 5. So, like you said, you got the rest of your Saturday. Snowy Saturday. Cold,
maybe have Sunday, outside. Monday. It is
Sunday, Monday.
Shout out Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Rest in peace.
I'm not one who gets off that day, but you do.
I am.
So, some people maybe still be snowed in.
Yeah.
It's windy out. You don't want to go out. Order some food in.
Don't just eat what you have in the house. Don't make some 17-year-old kid drive his piece of shit car out to your house.
Or you can order in. But
you're a dick.
You can sit around. Watch some WWE, maybe relive some moments. Let us know who your top 5 is. If you do start watching some wrestling, let us know. Take some pictures of you watching. I mean, of the TV, whatever you want to do.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
We influenced you to go back, watch some wrestling.
Maybe that's what we can do. We'll get a free trial at WWE Network, and we'll just go watch some old school wrestling.
Pigoy's got to have something.
Send us your login.
Because he's got to have it. I know you have it, so don't lie to me. You have it. But thank you again to The Loop Sports, which you can follow at the Loop_sports for presenting the show, which we are going to start calling Saturday afternoons with TCF. Yeah. We're changing it up because, like we can see, we get a lot more audience on a Saturday afternoon. It's like people on Friday nights, usually when we're about to go live, are probably already drinking, already out. So,
shout out to our sponsors at SeatGeek. Make sure you use the promo code TheLoopSports in all capital letters for $20 off your first purchase there. So if you want to go to a wrestling event or you want to go to a Bulls game and you can take $20, take the whole family for like $7 ticket.
Pigoy has a WWE network.
Pigoy, text us your login. We're gonna watch some wrestling when we get the Content Cave. We're doing some remodeling today, so we got a little bit of work to do. But
I forgot about that.
So shout out to SeatGeek. Shout out to our favorite T-shirt company, 26shirts.com. Make sure you go there. Make sure you get some cool shirts.
Yeah, Cub season coming up.
There's gonna. I can't wait for that.
Even though they're kind of sticking it up right now, go get some Blackhawk shirts. They go to a good cause. So and they just look cool. So
yeah, and they're great fitting shirts.
And you feel good when you feel good when you wear it, when you know you're helping.
Yeah,
absolutely. Helping a family in need.
Absolutely. So thank you. I mean, we've had probably the most viewers that we've had on any Facebook show. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for being a part of this. And like I said, tweet us, drop them in the comment section, your top 5 wrestlers. Get involved. This is way more fun. And like I said earlier, make sure you're paying close attention. We got new merch coming. We're gonna be doing a giveaway. We got a prop bet coming. We've got March Madness is a couple of months around the corner. We do a huge thing for March Madness. So stay tuned.
Link up with the Chalk to do something with that.
Yeah.
We're also gonna maybe link up with them we're thinking about the prop thing we're gonna be doing on Super Bowl Sunday. It'll be something where you can pick a bunch of props and then the winner with the points at the end, you win all the money.
Yep.
Or win all the money, but
win a shirt or
something.
We'll have some prizes. So make sure you stay tuned. We got some big things coming up. So thank you for viewing. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Stay warm on this snowy, cold Saturday afternoon. Thank you.
Peace.